you only have to be 10% ahead of someone else in order to be able to serve them 100%.
Welcome to Women Thrive Season 5. This season, you can expect incredible conversations with women from all around the world. We at Women Thrive, not only do we put on incredible conversations with women, host events, retreats, publish a magazine, publish books, and we have created a platform for every woman to shine and share her message. So you right now tapping into a podcast that is globally recognized as the place for women to be and share their message. Be inspired, be part of the conversation, and let's thrive together. Hello, ladies, and welcome to Women Thrive Podcast. My name is Ramona Jan, and I will be your host for today's show. I'm excited to have you all here as we are talking about your $1 million course idea and how to find it. And now, if you have skills or expertise that you have been thinking how to monetize it, how to take it to the next level, and how to share it with the world, I think today's episode is just going to be something that you got to stick to till the end. Now, my lovely guest is Sara. Hi, Sara. Welcome. Where are you joining from?
Hello, hi. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to share this beautiful knowledge, and I am currently in Slovenia.
Amazing. And I know you're quite a traveler and you have an incredible story to share with our audience. Now, I didn't try to pronounce your surname because I know it comes with a bit of challenge. So help us out and let our audience know how to pronounce your surname properly.
For sure. My last name is Vezenšek, which is troubled last name even for Slovenians. So I don't think anybody should feel bad for mispronouncing it because no one really knows how to say it. But I think it just makes me unique and adds it a little bit of character.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome, Sara. I'm so thrilled to have you here. And I think our audience will be just curious to get to know you because when I got to know a little bit about your story, I thought, wow, this lady has been on world travels, has achieved a lot, and now you get to support other women into really building lives and lifestyles that serves them. So I want to officially introduce my lovely guest today. So today's guest is someone who walked away from a life that most people would dream of. So Sara grew up in Slovenia, a place where luxury yachts world was just not even something believed was real outside of movies. But by her early 20s, she was actually living it and working as a private chef on super yachts, flying private, managing $1 million deals, and earning more than $10,000 a month. And from the outside, it looked like a dream. I mean, I think a lot of people would believe that. But on the inside, she felt trapped and constantly on a call and completely disconnected from her own freedom and purpose. And I know so many of our listeners perhaps feel that, especially if they are stuck in 9 to 5 or a career they're no longer passionate about. Now, today, Sara is an online business coach and mentor to help ambitious women turn their lived experiences into profitable, freedom-based businesses. And Sara is known for helping her clients package their brilliance into high-impact offers, shifting their money mindset, and finally stop trading time for money. I think a lot of our audience are really keen on doing that. So she's bold, real, passionate about showing women how to build a business that actually supports their life that they want. And like I said, today we're going to be talking about the $1 million course idea that probably is already within you. And we're going to talk about how to find it. Sara, welcome to Women Thrive Podcast. I'm thrilled to have you here and to share your story with our audience today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so excited to just show you how a lot of people that know me in my life feel very inspired. And when I got to know you, I shared that as a little girl, I just felt like I had this energy in me that allowed me to go for it because even if I've quote unquote failed, I had my family to catch me. So there was no real danger of what we think of failure today. I could just go for my wildest dreams. And I just had this maybe even blind belief in someone else's mind that I'm going to achieve my goals. And that's a big part of what I want to give women who are listening today. permission to do. Because when you have this certainty that you're going to achieve your goals, like the fact that the sun is rising tomorrow, then there's really truly nothing that can hold you back. And to give you just a little tiny bit of who I am and where I'm from, Slovenia is a tiny country of 2 million people. Tiny, tiny country. Most people don't even know that we exist. And ever since I was little, I had these big goals and ambition. And at 13, my mom told me that I can't go to London with my best friend to learn how to speak English. And it wasn't because she didn't want me to go, it was because she couldn't afford to pay for this boarding school to teach me. And my heart broke seeing her heart break because she couldn't provide that experience for me. And in that moment, at 13, I was like, I need my own money in order to do whatever I want, in order to not put pressure on my parents, on my family. And I get to, like, I'm shaking, I get to change the world with money. So from very early on, I was focused on money because I thought that I just need a lot of it in order to make my goals happen and help people. But as you will hear, I kind of got skewed a little bit because I was just chasing what is believed that is a successful life and happy, fulfilled life. So from 13 till 18, I worked in a wine bar, which is probably illegal, but I was in the back rolling cutlery, squeezing orange juice. And by 15, I was up front helping people with their orders or like doing the dishes or whatever was necessary. And like I was earning a Slovenian salary, like 800, 1,000 a month as a 14-year-old, which meant in my head that I am balling, that I am self-sufficient, like, let's go. But very quickly, I realized that 5 hours of work gives me 20 euros, which I started to realize exchanging my time for money is not really what I want to do. Fast forward to when I was 18, as I said, I was just going for it. I decided that I was going to become a yacht chef. No experience, never been in a kitchen. I just applied, drove to Croatia, spent 5,000 euros for an academy with absolutely no guarantee that I was going to make it. Didn't even tell anybody. And then went there and actually got accepted out of 30 professional chefs.
What?
And I was not a professional whatsoever. Hopped in, got the opportunity. And when we say yachts, I mean like tiny, they call it yachts, but they're tiny sailboats with 14 people drinking and partying on them. That's kind of the vision. But to me, I was like, I'm in yachting, I can climb all the way up. And guess what? I did. So this is now my second career, right? Out of four careers, and I'm only 29. Fast forward, I was in yachting, going around, and quickly realized that I do not want to exchange my time for money. Again, I was missing that freedom. But
Mm.
an opportunity came for me to start working with the rich, the famous, the glitz, and the glam. And at 23, I became an owner's representative on a beautiful, beautiful super yacht, which was amazing. It's what a lot of people would dream of.
Mm.
I got to travel the world. But what people don't tell you is that all that money and all those experiences don't give you anything if you don't have your freedom. And this is why I preach and I preach and I preach, and I want to teach all women how to have a freedom-based business because no money, no yachts or jets or glitz and glam will ever give you that sensation of being fully independent. And this is why I started off on this journey to use my whole life experience, everything that I've learned from people who have it all for people who don't have anything, and packaged it in this beautiful, beautiful business where I teach women how to claim their freedom back and create $1 million course idea from the knowledge that they already have.
Yeah. I know a lot of people struggle walking away, even though they have the dream and idea and maybe a true burning desire, but it's not an easy transition to make. So, what gave you the courage to say, I think there's something better out there for me?
I have this trick that I want to share with people. that I've done my whole life and I didn't even know that I was doing it.
Mm.
Every time I became slightly unhappy or unfulfilled, I already started working on my plan B and C and D. So when the moment came where I was like, I have headed up to here, I didn't have to reinvent myself. I already had something that I could dive into. So yes, it's hard. You're leaving your income behind. You're leaving your familiar job behind. You're leaving your partner, like whatever that is. But to give you a firm like example, I wasn't happy working on a yacht anymore. I didn't want to be away, stuck on this beautiful vessel with no exit and living with 30 plus people on a huge boat, but it's a pretty small space when you're bumping into 30 people every single day. So 2 years ago, I started building my online business already, but I had to do it in secret because being an owner's representative for the 1%, they don't really appreciate you devoting your time and efforts anywhere else, even though you're supposed to work 8 hours a day versus 24/7.
Yeah. So you already started with like not only the idea, but you already started putting wheels into motion, which I think it's an important part of having that plan before you make a leap. Now, what was the vision? So when you started to build that, what was really the vision that you were creating, not only for yourself, but also for clients?
I always had this, I don't know, was it calling or purpose? And I wanted to lift other women up with me because I saw physical result in my life, the experiences I got to have. People tell me I lived 20 lifetimes in my 29 years. And I was like, I can teach that. I'm not special. I'm not unique. I just knew and understood how to do it. So why don't I give this knowledge back? And the reason I didn't start it for so long, the reason I kept selling my soul for a salary was because I valued my freedom above everything else. And where I grew up, I didn't know that you can create a business online. I didn't know that you can build a brand with a computer, a phone, and a microphone, and maybe a really good functioning Wi-Fi. And I can be anywhere in the world, but help thousands, 10 thousands of women. And when that clicked 2 years ago, there was nothing stopping me. And this is why I wanted to discuss with you and share with people that you already have something, some knowledge, some life experience that you can package into a beautiful offer, into a course, into a podcast. It doesn't matter what it is, it has to align with you, where you can reach the masses. And that's why we call it the $1 million idea, because it's already in you. No one just allowed you to show it, like for you to see it and to understand it, like you already have it. Everything's there. You just need to learn how you can share with the world.
Yeah. One common problem that I see quite often, we have so many ideas or so many experiences that could become something, but I guess getting stuck in finding the clarity on our course idea or program idea, kind of spinning the wheels, but not getting straight to that direction which we should be going into. What kind of advice would you give to people who maybe feel the same way?
I think there's different parts to this question, and I love this question because number one, we always have to focus on your why. Because you can have the most brilliant idea, you want to do all these things, but if your why behind it is to just earn money, I am sorry, this is not going to be a successful business. If your why is to earn money, to help your family, to reach the masses, to retire your sister, to travel the world. Like you see how, like I'm getting chills just speaking about it because you need to have a bigger why than just, I don't like my job or I want to earn 5K. That why is going to be the first step of really getting clear. Why are you doing this? And getting that fire going and that passion going. And you need to be obsessed with it. Now, a lot of people struggle with what their brilliance is. I am so talented at telling everybody what they could do, but it's hard for us to see it sometimes because the system, the society, everything that we grow up with. So one trick that you can already do is I would go to one of your closest friends, someone who will give you the truth, and just ask them, like, what am I really good at? what is the thing that you see me thrive in? What do you see me light up? Because if you're going to think about it just by yourself, a lot of times people will get stuck on the fact that, oh, but can I make money with this? And in 2025, you can be profitable. I kid you not, with everything. If you're passionate about it and you know the how, of course, you can be profitable with anything. So really understanding that why and your passion is so important. But then this is why I created a beautiful, beautiful actual guide where I guide people through, I think it's a 40-minute free training where with a set of questions, I show you how you figure out what you're good at, what type of knowledge you have, what
Mm.
type of transformation you went through, and how you can transform that into a course. And by the end of this exercise, you will have a full example course outline that will blow your mind with just the vision of what you could do. It will give you so many ideas and clarity of what people need out there. It would also show you how you can do market research of what is missing and stuff like that.
Mm. And I say that's all great, but some people still feel like, am I qualified enough? That imposter, I find that always kicks in and makes us doubt ourselves or second guess ourselves. What is your approach to helping women overcome that?
I'm so happy you asked this question. First of all, I still sometimes feel like an imposter. And as I told you, I've had 4 careers and I can pretty much coach anybody through this. But it's the conditioning, the system, the society we live in. And first thing I want to say is when you are a coach, you're not writing a thesis and you're not considered to be Google. Even the expert that you look up to, they don't know everything. It's impossible to know everything. So that's one. But number two, and this is actual science that will hopefully inspire a lot of people, is the fact that you only have to be 10% ahead of someone else in order to be able to serve them 100%.
Mm.
And this is actual science fact. Now, I am not preaching people to just do a quick course on nervous system rewiring and then dive into that. But it gives you that knowledge. And to give you a very simple example, if you went to the gym with a personal trainer for a month, would you be able to lead me through a workout after a month?
Mm. Yeah, probably you could.
Right? And I'm not trying to tell people now you're going to become a personal trainer, but just to understand, depending where you are in your journey, you're going to target different people. So you don't have to position yourself as the expert to everybody because that's not actually going to bring the right people in your world. You're the expert for people who are way behind you or just 10% behind you. So there's a vast ocean of people that you can help with your life experience, with what you're passionate about, with your expertise.
Yeah. So do you have a framework in which you apply to help women find their $1 million idea?
Yes. So inside of this beautiful training, I give you first a set of questions that mostly dive into who you are as a human. What are you good at? Because some people are afraid of speaking. Some people are better on camera. Some people are better with showing physical exercises. And there's so many different ways you can structure this. So we focus on people's strengths, on people's experiences, and people's transformations they already experience in their life. Then second part is market research, but I actually have tools where AI helps you with all of that. So you're basically just have to get to know yourself, input and figure out what the answers to my beautiful questions are. And then with that set of framework, it will give you a beautiful done for you course based on your strengths, on your weaknesses. You can also say, I don't want to be on a video. Great. You don't have to be on a video, right? Like there's so many different ways to utilize your brilliance. And I really don't have that much respect for coaches who teach that and have a very set framework because I am really good at face-to-face camera videos, and some people are brilliant at words and carousels and podcasts and stuff like that. So you need to find your strengths, what you're good at, and then inside of this framework, like it is brilliant what kind of clarity is going to come out and all the options that you're going to see, what
Yeah.
you could be doing.
Yeah. And I think dedicating your time to build something like that gives you infinite amount of options then to do something else. And you can continue to build on it or you just have freedom. And what do you see the transformation that happens with your clients once they started to take your advice and took the guidance to build their own $1 million idea into a course?
I think the best feeling that I see, which a lot of people don't really think about, is most people think, oh, I'm going to be so happy when I make my first sale. No, you're going to be the happiest when you see your first review from the person you
Mm.
helped. That cracks your heart open. And by the way, if you have helped anybody ever with something that you did, that's proof enough that your method works because you want your specific people. And the beauty of all of this is, and again, I'm getting chills, is the freedom that people get back into their lives. That they don't have to check their phone in the morning. They don't have to answer to their boss. They can plan their day based on what they want to do. You want to go to the gym at 5 p.m. and then spend the whole morning with your kids and start work at 6 p.m. Great, you can do it. You want to work in the morning and go on vacation every afternoon to a mountaintop somewhere in the world. Like it does not matter because this business can actually fit into your life and support you.
That's the best feeling. And when I first started my career, I knew that my long-term vision is that, and I don't want to pursue a career that's going to help me or make me chained to a job or answering to anyone. And I think it's powerful once you get to do that for yourself. You got options, and I believe, especially for women who may want to plan a family, who we work around our menstrual cycles and all kind of things that goes on within our bodies and our lives, having freedom is so important, and I fully advocate for that. And yeah, I just want to say amazing work that you're doing, Sarah. I want people to be able to, one, get hold of this course that you mentioned, and two, to be able to get hold of you if they wanted your help.
Of course, I would love for you to come to my website where there's all the information, all the resources. And as I said, I have so many beautiful free offers that you can dive into. And one of them is called your $1 million course idea. So my website where you can find me is Sara, Saravez, vezcoach.com. It's a beautiful journey that you're about to dive into. And where you can mostly chat to me because I'm like an open book is on my Instagram. It's also linked on my website. Come say hi, ask me questions. Let's talk. Let me show you what your vision for your life can actually be. And let me hold you high and allow you to dream even bigger than you thought possible.
Yeah, I think it's so important to have mentors. And I know when I first started, what helped me create the vision that I have today is seeing other people ahead of me and getting the guidance and support when perhaps I wasn't sure what the opportunity was. And I think each and every one of us have an opportunity now to take it into a different direction, to package what we have and create a lifestyle that we truly desire. So let's stop making it about that being a dream and turn it into a reality.
Exactly, exactly. I love that. And the fact that these types of businesses are meant for women because we get to be in our feminine. We don't have to do it a certain way and hustle and hustle and hustle the man way. And as you said, coordinate it to our cycle. Have days off when you want to. You want to relax. And then when you feel creative, push then. So it's like a flow and can perfectly, perfectly fit into your feminine.
It creates such a beautiful self-leadership that I don't have to perform on anybody else's basis of expectations. I The high performance, I believe that for us, especially as women, is one that is designed to our own nature. And you can create that once you have the freedom to do that. And I believe that money creates that. Money gives us options and empowers us to have the lifestyle that we want and invest in ourselves and others. So I truly advocate for that. Sarah, this has been really wonderful, and I hope it supports somebody who has listened to this episode. And I want to say, if you've listened to this, share it with somebody else who you believe would be helpful for, or just share on social media. Any last parting thoughts before we close out for today's episode?
Yes, I would like to tell you, whoever's listening, that your dreams, and remember these, are just flashes from your future. So it's a done deal. All you have to do is follow them and go for it, and you will reach your goal.
Amazing. I hope this really serves someone and just feeds your soul as you may be looking to navigate the next chapter, or you may be looking to start your own course or start coaching and really build a life around your lifestyle that you desire. Thank you so much for listening. If you have enjoyed it, share it with your friends, your audience, and we look forward to seeing you on another episode. Take care for now. Thanks for now. Thank you for listening to this episode of Women Thrive Podcast. I'm so thankful for you as a listener for spending time with us, myself and my co-host Abigail, to hear our conversations with our guests. If you have had the opportunity to hear our podcast, do make sure you leave a review and share this episode with your audience as well. This has helped us reach the 5 top percent globally ranked podcasts, as well as reach more than 30,000 downloads to date. Your support means so much to us, and this is how we get to reach more people around the world. At Women Thrive Media, we're here to amplify voices of women and empower women to take the center stage and shine a spotlight on their messages.